Okay. We're going into it, right? Let's do it.
We're the aliens.
It's fucking Guitar Hero.
We walk among you. We're right behind you.
Man, this is what I'm talking about.
This fucking sucks. God, this is awful.
Oh man, what a great game. This looks like a fantastic game.
We're the best.
It looks like if you we're the corn. Oh wow.
Okay, enough of that.
It's like Sweet Baby Incorporated made Guitar Hero.
All right, so
hold on.
With the introduction, Grant.
All right,
go ahead.
Well, all right, here we go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rowland here with the DMG Gaming Podcast, and as always, I am joined by the man who, for the next month and a half, has absolutely nothing to do because he is retired. My boy Ed Phillips.
Pretty much,
my
dude.
boy. How does it feel? It probably feels the same as any other day.
I ain't gonna lie, I got real emotional during my speech.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you had to give a speech?
It's like as soon as I got up there to accept my awards and everything, my whole Marine Corps career just like flashed before my eyes.
Yeah, nah, dude, that's cool. I didn't know you had to give a speech. Oh man, that's cool. I mean, I guess you didn't have to.
My retiring officer gave a speech, and then I get up there and talk, about my family and my Marine Corps career and all that stuff.
Man,
so everything like just hit me right there.
Oh man, that's cool. I'm glad you talked about me too. Being up there.
Did not talk about you.
I'm glad.
No, you did not come up.
I'm glad. But guys, everybody listening, I did. I have the video proof of the. We'll post it later. Of him talking about me. It actually started with me, and it was like this big long
video proof. You have nothing for my retirement.
It was this big long speech, and he couldn't keep himself. He couldn't compose himself. Talking about our friendship made him crack up a little bit. I'm just being honest with you. I get it, though. I get it. It's all right.
No, but it was a good retirement ceremony. Family was there.
That's good, man.
It was really good.
You got a medal? You got your retirement medal?
Yeah, I got a meritorious service medal. Actually,
nice.
It's pretty good.
That's good. At least it's better than the people who work 30 years at McDonald's. They're like, here's $100 gift card. thank you for working here and get out of here.
That's true. Grant,
what's up, dude? We got a lot of
news.
Let's
talk about that game we just actually showed a clip of. All right, so this game, Dustborn, this is a game they made that they went full woke. I'm talking about like 100% balls to the wall woke.
So this is what I was talking about earlier when I said, hey, they should create a game with all their ideologies in it, and let's see how it sells. So we're going to do the drum roll, and we're going to talk about how it did. So here we go, Ed. You ready? How did it do?
It sucked. Okay. So
shot.
I think they got 70 players.
70
peak.
Wait,
on
70
Steam?
As in 70, or did your mic cut out and you said 700,000?
No, I said 70.
It was probably everybody who worked for the studio. I guarantee half the people. What's funny is half the people who you'd have to think a group of people who worked on this game is probably, what would you say, 100 people, give or take.
I mean, at least.
Yeah. So that means 30 people didn't play. 30 people of their own crew didn't play this game.
I mean, it's so bad, dude. Like one of the scenes in the game has this girl walk up to some guys, some like frat guys or something. Maybe I don't know who, but it was in a restaurant. And you start talking to them, and a choice at the end, once their dialogue finishes, to call them, "You're a racist."
Oh my God, no,
that's
really?
Like like in big bold comic book letters, "You're a racist."
Oh my God.
Oh, and after that song plays, there's a group of police officers for this a new type of America they have in the game.
Oh, they're not police officers. They're probably called like community service helpers.
Well, whatever they are, they walk up and they basically tell them that your viewpoints are not allowed. And of course, it's a bunch of white guys that are police officers. I mean, they went full woke-tard on this. Like if woke-tard was an actual word in the dictionary, like you pull it up, I guarantee you'll have a picture from this horrible game, dude. It is that bad.
Okay, so here's a list of games I would rather play. I would rather play Spy versus Spy.
Yeah.
I would
I
rather
remember
play
that game.
I would rather play ET for the Atari 2600.
I remember that.
I would rather play. I don't know if I would actually rather play Superman 64. That's kind of close, but it's that bad.
Yeah, dude, you would rather play those games.
Maybe
There's some entertainment value,
Superman
even though it's
64
like very low. At least you'll have
Superman
something.
64 is pretty fucking awful. Like it's like it makes you rage quit because of the glitches, not because it's hard.
Exactly. Okay, so that was Dustborn we just got done talking about. If you're joining us, the game's
Never
trash.
talk about it again.
Yes. All right. So the game is trash, and we're not going to talk about it again. That's going to be the last time this podcast ever talks about it.
Well, and what we're going to do is we can actually turn it into a verb. So if we want to say something's terrible, we're going to say, "Man, this shit is dustborn." Like that's what we're talking. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be our new describing word for things that are shit.
Yeah. Okay, Grant. Enough of Dustborn.
Okay, thank you.
And that complete trash of a game. All right, let's go to the next subject, which is Grant. Please tell us who Alucard is and explain your tweet that you did earlier.
Hold on, let me just close my eyes and just calm down for a second, because this was the most frustrating tweet I have ever put out in my entire life. So we're going to start from the top. Somebody said, "Hey, can you name another vampire besides Dracula?" Okay,
yeah, it was a tweet, right? You know,
that was
just
a tweet.
a random
It's just a
tweet
tweet.
to say name another vampire besides Dracula. That's all it was.
So I literally just put Alucard from the Castlevania Netflix series, first of all, because they didn't have one from 1989 on there. Okay. Okay, let me just tell you what I was doing. When I made this tweet, guys, I was working. So I wasn't about to stop what I was doing and go Google pixels from 1989 and then post it. No, I wasn't doing all that. So I just did the next best thing, find the closest GIF possible. Right. Okay.
Yep.
So started getting likes, which is cool, you know.
Yeah.
Then
it was a good tweet.
Yeah, it was a good tweet.
Sense
and then
normal people.
Then here comes the scholars. Here come the. So one guy was just like, "Oh, that's not really Alucard. This is the Alucard," and he posted the guy from Vampire Hunter, Alucard Helsing. Okay, first of all, Alucard Helsing came out in 1997. Alucard from Castlevania came out in 1989. No, okay. Then one guy said, "Well, technically, if you want to talk about Alucard, it's from 1943's The Son of Dracula." Okay, God damn it, I'm having a trouble. First of all, like I know that. You know, but nobody we're talking to would probably know that unless one, you're our age, two, you're a movie buff. Like I'm having a hard time describing somebody from the 80s. How goddamn hard do you think it's going to be for me to describe somebody from the 40s? Like, holy shit. Okay. Then it started getting to the point, well, he's not really a vampire. He's a dampire.
A dampire.
Like he's a daywalker. Like, okay. God damn it.
A dampire is a half vampire and half human, so it's technically not a vampire. Grant.
No, motherfucker, it is. He has the same powers. Okay, so and then it goes. Then what did it involve to? One guy was like, "Well, it's just Dracula spelled backwards." God damn it, I know that. I know that, but it's still a different person. It's a completely different person. Like it's not the same person. And then somebody started going into like the bloodline. Like, well, actually, it's from like Val Dracul the Third. Like, motherfucker, god damn it, just take the picture for what it is and move on with your life. Like, damn, man. Ed, we lose you? Are you still there? Looks like we might have lost Ed. Yellow. Anyway, I'll just freestyle for a little bit until we get Ed back. So basically that was probably the most frustrating part of my day. Like the tweet kept going on and on and on. And it didn't stop. And it really got to the point to where people were just making up stuff. I got people defending me. I had people, people were like getting mean about it. Like, "Oh God, this is not, you're an idiot." Like, God damn. Like, we lost Ed. He'll come back. He'll jump back in a second. But it got to the point to where we're just like son of a bitch. Like, just take the picture for what it is. So we had to move on from all that. And it was very frustrating. Like, that's the problem whenever you get real technical with tweets and stuff like that. You have a group of people who like to come in and they like to nonstop get real technical. Well, actually, I like to call them the well actually guys. So I got well actually'd pretty bad. and it never stopped. Matter of fact, I actually think it's still going on. I think I had to actually mute the conversation because if I didn't, I would still be getting well actually'd. So that was the tweet about that. And looks like he lost connection. So he'll probably be tuning back in. Let me find out if he's going to jump back in a second. Sorry for the long delay. We'll get all this cut out for the audio podcast. That way you don't have to. Yeah, he's going to be jumping back in. So I guess we'll just freestyle a little bit, right? Let's see. So waiting on him to come back. There he is. There he is. I was trying to freestyle a little bit, but
Oh, you were?
Yep.
So yeah, so my daughter was trying to plug in her Switch and she disconnected the router.
oh man,
Yeah. It's funny.
boo, boo. No,
Oh, it's all good.
It's all good. I'll edit all this out for the audio podcast. That's all good.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. So let's do this. All right. So what we were talking about, you tweet. Did you finish your tweet?
I finished the story. I finished the story. How I got well actually. That's basically what it was. Well, actually.
Well, actually, you got that a lot, dude.
No, and what's funny is I told him that like if I didn't, I finally had to mute the conversation because if I didn't, I would still be getting well actually. So
yeah, it was pretty bad. Okay, so you're done with that?
I'm
Want to
good.
just all right?
Yeah,
Cool.
let's move on.
All right, so next topic, Grant. Concord. Okay, so Concord has embarrassing numbers. Hold
on. Before you talk about that, let's talk about what we said before. Let's set this up because
something
I like
else
to.
that we were right about.
Yeah, I like to celebrate a little bit. I like to spike the football some. When I score a touchdown, I like to celebrate.
Okay.
So I recall several episodes back.
Yep.
We made a list of games that were going to fail.
Yes.
Right. Star Wars Outlaws is going to fail. Just telling you right now. Assassin's Creed will do okay because of the name, but it's not going to do as well as the other Assassin's Creeds. So, and then I said, what was the other one that I said? Oh God, what was the other one besides Concord?
It was Assassin's Creed. It was Star Wars Outlaws. It was Concord, and what's the other one?
There's a third one.
It?
No, there's a third one in the trifecta of ass. Oh, Dark Age. That's it. Dark Age. Yep. So that's the trifecta of crap of shit. So but we said that this game was going to be an abysmal failure. For two reasons. One, because they implemented their woke ideologies into it when they didn't need to.
Did not need to.
But let's just say for example they didn't. Okay, let's just say for example it was a normal game, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 7 years too late. Like this game, like nobody wants to play these games anymore. Besides the ones that are already established.
Hero shooter, yeah.
Yeah, like Overwatch. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? It'd be kind of like if they, like for example, like once you set the standard, once you become the standard, then you're just, it's kind of like when, remember all the games that try to compete with Warcraft?
Yeah. Well, we said that earlier, like also to one of the many reasons why this game was going to fail, because you would have to get this game would have to be so good hero FPS wise, it would have to grab those players from Overwatch some way. That hero FPS crowd,
and they were never going to.
There's nothing revolutionary about this game that was going to snag people away from Overwatch.
Well, it's not even that. It's the simple fact that the people who play Overwatch at this point are diehards because all the casuals have already quit playing a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like just because it's like it's been out for so long.
Correct.
So coming out with something new. You know what I mean? Like Destiny was so popular because it was kind of the first one that was like a first-person shooter RPG type game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they try to come out with more or something, it probably wouldn't. That was similar. It definitely wouldn't do as well.
I mean, like Destiny 1 was fun. Destiny 2
Yeah.
was fun. I couldn't get into them and stay involved. But
It
they're
was very
still
repetitive.
popular games, though.
They're very
You know what I mean?
repetitive.
Like
Yeah.
they're still. You can say what you want about those Destiny 1 and 2, but they still got a lot of players that play.
Oh yeah.
They're
It was
very
kind of like
successful.
it's kind of like Helldivers, man. Like I liked
Yeah.
Helldivers. I liked it because it was fun. But after a while, it got really repetitive. The same quest, the same thing. You know, I mean, it just got harder, which was fine. But eventually, it gets to a point to where it's the same damn thing over and over.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so yeah, we were right, Grant. You're right. Okay, but let's get into.
I feel like I should have wore a
some
crown.
numbers.
Should have wore a crown for
You
this.
should wear a crown, a Burger King crown. All right, anyway,
Don't think I won't.
all right, Concord has embarrassing numbers. Okay, it's the peak on Steam was 697 players.
Did your mic cut out again?
What's that?
Did your mic cut out again?
697.
Oh, I thought you said 600. I thought you said 697,000.
No, my mic's on. But it's
At least I was hoping-
697.
I was hoping that's what you would have said, though.
Yeah. Peak on Steam. Now, this is also a PS5 game, mainly, right? So we got to count those numbers. I'm not sure what those numbers are. But for PC, this is really bad.
No, it's worse than really bad. Really bad. Really bad is like, 100,000.
This was a lot of money was spent to make this game.
Hundreds of millions of dollars in 8 years to make this trash.
Yes. Okay, now let's talk to another thing. Okay, there was a Concord dev that had a complete freaking meltdown on X for people, I guess, making fun of his game and other things. But he had a meltdown, dude. Like he was calling people talentless and all other things. And this guy was just way over. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get your game's is not doing well right now or good at all. But you don't gotta come and attack people, dude, because that's not going to help get people to come play your game.
Yeah, I guarantee you this, man. Like, I'm not a video game developer, but I guarantee you, I can create a game on something like RPG Maker.
Yeah,
that would get more than 600 people playing it.
Probably. But see, this is the bad thing, dude. I mean, they spent so much money to make this game, so much money. And advertisements. I mean, they were on all the showcases. They put out all the trailers. It was all over the place. You had IGN, you had Kotaku, you had all these video game publications.
They're in shambles. They're in shambles.
Pushing your stuff for you.
It's going to be so bad. Look,
and
I cannot
697 PC players on Steam? Are you? I mean, that's embarrassing, brother.
Dude, the tears have been delicious.
It's embarrassing.
So the guy going out there and attacking everybody, he should be fired. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I was an investor, and if I had, and I invested $100 million, like this is a very fireable offense. Like this is how you, like if this was like if you're on the CEO of a board, you wouldn't no longer be CEO of a board. Like, you know what I mean? Like.
Well, I mean,
like, where did the money go?
By the game's progress right now, when it comes to sales and everything, and people playing it, I think the game's what $39.99 or something. I can't remember, but
it's made like 50 grand or some shit.
But he's not the only one that should be fired.
No. The whole team should be fired. But I'm just saying, like,
I hate saying that, but I mean, like,
no, because once you come out and you start attacking,
team, though, it's like who. The people that were together and decided that putting pronouns and all this other stupid ideological bullshit into the game should immediately be removed.
Because it's a cry for, why don't they like my ideologies? Well, this is never going to happen. I'm just trying to tell people now. Well, like, more and more, this is going, like, if y'all have noticed, and more people have been pushing back, because for the longest time, they got him, a lot of people didn't say nothing. You know what I mean? Nobody said anything.
People do not want this.
At all.
Gamers do not want this. I mean, we have been repeatedly saying that almost every single podcast, that gamers do not want this stuff in games. I mean, someone from these AAA gaming studios and these other big studios, they have to be listening. They have to be seeing it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, or they don't have to listen and then keep getting their asses kicked by Wukong Studios and all those and the Asian studios.
Whooped, dude.
No, not even whooped.
They're getting slaughtered out there
that's
by
not even,
Eastern developers.
Getting whooped is like still not like. I have to think of a bigger word.
That doesn't describe what's happening to Western game developers, dude. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's something, one of the worst ass whooping words you could use.
I mean, I have to. I'm literally going to have to create a word for how bad it is. Like,
they're getting dustborned.
Yes, there it is. He did it. He used it. Good. You're exactly right.
But let's add to this story real quick. They also, developers removed the LGBTQ plus and political tags from their Steam after the game's release.
Too late.
Because they realized, maybe we can save it.
Nope.
At the last second there.
Because here's the thing: is once the news gets out because wasn't Sweet Baby Incorporated involved in all this?
Oh, I have no idea.
Probably, but
it doesn't matter if they are or not. Honestly,
no. But here's the thing, though: is like once word gets out of what the game's about, because you can't keep anything a secret nowadays. Like you just can't. I mean, the internet is forever. So once things get out, people have already made up their minds if they're going to play it or not. And this has been out for a long. The news has been out for a long time about what it was going to be about and all this other stuff. Man, people look. What did we say back in July or June? Whenever they did the showcase,
you saw the showcase, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the showcase showed all the stupid pronouns,
and we literally said we're not playing this game. Like that. We literally said we're not playing this game.
Well, we also said a couple podcasts after that it was going to be dead on arrival.
Exactly, but you know what though, and you know what? As harsh as people think that we probably sound, me and you are probably more open minded than some of the people that we talk to. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, like, it's not that. Like, I want these games to succeed. I want games to succeed. I want these developers to make money. It's just but you got to listen to people, man. You got to stop living in this little box. Your little, people you go out to dinner with or your friends right next to you. You're living in this box, not listening to what people are talking about.
Exactly.
People are sick and tired of all the shit getting thrown in their face.
So let me give you a perfect example of this. And I know this is not about games, but it's a perfect example of how companies listen to the people and they go back to something that works. So I don't know. We're older than probably a lot of people. So in the 80s, Coca-Cola decided they're going to scrap their old recipe, and they wanted to try something new. Remember the New Coke? Remember that? Mm-hmm. They came out with New Coke, and I remember it. I honestly don't remember the difference because I was probably young, but my parents remember it. I remember asking my parents, and they said it tasted horrible, and the stock for Coca-Cola dropped rapidly. I'm talking about they lost an ass ton of money because of this, because they did something that they thought would work, right?
Yeah.
So the people said, go back to your old formula. We don't want this crap. Right? So what did they do? They scrapped it and they went back to the old formula because it worked. These new companies are not listening to what people are saying. We don't want this crap. It doesn't work. Simple.
There's formulas out there for game developers. Formulas they can follow.
There's a company out there, and we're going to talk about them. And I'm not trying to set it up for a slam dunk. Has one fucking game that has obliterated the entire fucking industry. And I'm not talking about just the industry. I'm not talking about just the industry of AAA games. I'm talking about SquareSoft. I'm talking about From Software. I mean,
smacked.
Just beating the fuck out of them in 3 days. Are you serious?
You might want to keep From Software out of your mouth.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm talking about just in the quickness.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
No, I know. But I'm just saying like Wukong dick slapped Final Fantasy Rebirth in the 3 day span. No. I know, but I'm just saying like that's your formula. Like if you're going to copy anything, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Follow what works. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes for anything. People, here's the thing is everybody wants to say, hey, how do I be a good YouTube creator? Well, why don't you look at the fucking YouTube creators who are making millions of dollars and millions of views and see what they're doing and just follow what they're doing. I mean, don't copy them verbatim, but just copy just, you know what I mean? Cause it's working.
It is working. Okay.
You want to be a good gaming podcast? Copy me and Ed.
Maybe. All right, dude.
Don't copy
Let's
me in
get
it.
off the Concord.
All right.
All right. And Dustborn and Concord.
Oh God, man, I have to go get mouthwash.
Okay. So let's talk. Here's a random one. Have you seen the absolute DC emblems?
I have not.
Like
This is
the new absolute Superman, the new absolute Wonder Woman, and Batman.
No, I saw whispers about it. I saw like a couple tweets
let's
about
be
it.
quick about it. They're garbage looking. I don't know what they're doing with that. They look stupid. The emblems look stupid, and that's really all I have to say on that.
So is this like one of those things like whenever time drink companies like make new logos for their?
Well, there's a version of the character. You know what I mean? Like, you
What
know,
was the
like
reason
you have
for it?
the, the Adventures of X-Men, and you have blah blah blah. All these different X-Men variations. It's just one of those variations. But anyway, yeah, they look stupid. I don't know what they're doing with that. All right, so let's talk about this next guy, IGN Translator, that went crazy on Twitter.
No, not crazy. He went full meltdown.
Yeah, so his Twitter name, I don't know if this is even his name or not, but it's Ki Hoon Chan, I think.
That sounds like a Korean name, so he's probably Korean.
Okay, well, first off, this guy pretty much had the hugest meltdown on Twitter over Wukong Success. I'm talking about like this guy just went crazy. Well, first off, he hates white people. He said, literally in a tweet,
he said,
I hate white people. Do I hate white people? Yes. So obviously he is an actual racist. So all those people that like to call people racist because they have a different ideology or they have a
this
different
guy's
opinion,
really racist.
Well, there's your racist. So go after him. Call him a racist because he's an actual racist.
No, they're going to side with him because he's suppressed.
Yeah.
He's
He's
held
on
back.
that side of the aisle, right?
Yep.
It's okay to be racist on that
We're
side.
racist right now for actually talking about this tweet.
If you're on that side of the aisle, it's okay to be racist.
I shouldn't even called him Korean. I should have called him Asian American.
Don't be racist, Green. Okay, so this is a guy that continues IGN hit piece of Wukong. His tweets are now protected. He can say what he wants, call people racist, but now he's just protected and being a little coward. So, let him have his meltdown. Let him be triggered.
What was his meltdown about for people who don't know?
Oh, well, people were just attacking IGN constantly, rightfully so, over that Wukong hit piece. Calling them sexist and bigots and all that stuff like that. And then, of course, the continuation of, not enough, what is it? Diversity and inclusion in their game. Just that constant stupid shit that your 99% of your gamers don't care about, but they obviously do because we're going to get to that too. All right. Oh, I'm about to light them up.
Oh, you go cook. All right.
I know some people, I see some of these reviews, and now after playing the game and beating it and seeing everything in the game, and actually played the game, I know a lot of those guys who wrote those reviews did not play this damn game, dude. I'm telling you right now. And they're going to look stupid. Okay, so let's go to that real quick before we move on to some other stuff.
You should start it with like a wrestling promo. Well,
let me tell you something, review is coming up here shortly. But let me talk about this. All right, so I beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many female characters are in the game, Grant?
How many female characters?
1, 2, 3, 4. At least 6. Maybe 5 off the top of my head. There's female characters, Grant.
Do you know how many female characters are in
main characters in the story?
Do you know how many female characters were in Mortal Kombat 1?
1. Yeah, 1. Sonya Blade.
I didn't know nobody was up in arms about that. Oh, it's not diverse enough.
Okay, so think about the reviews. 3 out of 5 Screen Rant. 3 out of 5 Tech Radar. Diversity inclusion. All right, first off, this is a fantasy game about a monkey king, and every other character in the game is a fantasy character, either a pig or a boar, representing the zodiacs.
Mm-hmm.
You have like Buddha. It's based off Chinese mythology, religion, culture. There's a lot of stuff in there. And the story, Journey to the West, is based off all that.
Okay. But
they said that it was no diversity or inclusion in the game. There is female characters. And they actually said, one of them said that there wasn't enough female representation. There is female representation in the game if you played it. If you played the game, there is female representation in it. Also, now get this. After beating the game, which was probably one of the coolest endings I've ever seen in the game, even the lead up to it, I'm not going to go into spoilers in my review because I want people to actually play this and experience it and see it for themselves. Kind of like, the Elden Ring DLC. You don't want to really stream. That's why I didn't stream towards the ending, because I ran into some plot points. I was like, I don't want to stream this stuff anymore because I really want people to play it.
Yeah, you didn't want to run it for people either.
No, because there's a lot of stuff that it kind of ruined the game if you saw like some of the ending stuff or towards the end.
Yeah,
it kind of ruined the game from the beginning. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, these reviewers, dude, they did not play the damn game. Like, there's no way they could have played the game if they're calling all this bullshit out. And there's another hit piece for it earlier today, I think. I can't remember who it was from, but they said the same thing about not having women in it. They said no women, Grant. Like, none. You could play halfway through the game before the third scene, the third chapter, and meet a woman.
So, I think if I was these companies, I would stop giving them early access to these games. I would revoke all that. Because here's the thing is, and I'm not saying that to be a Karen. No, but if you're not going to literally play the game and then like review it with with an open mind.
Yeah, well, let me tell you what the issue is. The real issue is they're playing this domino effect of the first review from IGN, but then that Screen Rant came out, and those other publications that see that and that are on that side of trying to go after this game, they saw that review. They were like, oh, okay, let me just watch some YouTube videos of some people playing and not really play the game and just kind of go off their review and do my own.
Yeah.
And didn't play the damn game.
Nope. I wouldn't. I would not allow any early access to these people, especially if they're just going to be. If they say they're going to review stuff, you know what I mean?
It's trash. It's horrible game journalism. And
so what did they say about the actual game though?
They're not being game journalism, dude.
No.
Like, they should not be in game journalism because they lied and they fabricated the truth.
So how much of that review is about the actual game though, like gameplay and all this other stuff? Like very little.
Dude, these guys, some of these people that do reviews, they don't understand what they're waiting. So some of these guys might be waiting gameplay, which is one of the, we say it every podcast, but gameplay is the major weight of any game review.
Yeah.
It should be your biggest factor on your review. One of the biggest factors.
Because you can play a really good game.
Factor because if you can have a great story, whatever, but if your gameplay sucks, the game sucks.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
I mean, because you can literally have shitty graphics in a really good game.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I play UO.
I mean, there's so many games out there that are still 16-bit people come out with indie developers. They're fantastic. They're great games, great gameplay. All right, so let's continue on. Okay, that was my little spill. But we're about to get to the review here soon. Wukong review. All right, so let's go to the next. All right, so Alyssa McConte, from Kotaku, I guess she's trying to sue everyone for being mean.
She's suing everybody for being mean.
After she recently, not several months ago, called out everyone to fight her. Okay, well, I guess they fought her in word battle, and she decided that she didn't want to anymore. So now I guess she's going to sue everyone.
Maybe she'll sue us.
She can try, but there's one amendment that we are protected by. Okay, so let's continue on. All right, so let's talk Wukong Success. Let's talk about this game science studio that has one other game that barely anyone knows about. Art of War.
I had to Google it. Here's the thing is I had to Google it, and I still didn't find enough information about it.
They take this novel, Journey to the West, a Chinese novel, Chinese story, and kind of meld it into their own thing and create a game into it about it. 10 million units sold.
How many?
10 million.
I heard that time. Last time you were talking about Concord's numbers, I thought your mic cut out.
No, my mic's good. You heard me right. 10 million, dude. Okay? Dude, it's so 10 million units, but then it also PS5s sell out in China just off this game. The PS5 consoles.
And this
Because
game
people
costs
want to play just this game. I understand, like the Chinese are really wanting to play this game because it is a significant part of like culture and stuff like that, right? But still, that's insane. Like,
so how much does this game cost?
$59.99.
So you mean to tell me that in 3 days this game made $600 million?
Yeah, no DLCs, no deluxe orders. I mean, I think they had like a collector's edition that you could get like cool things with. But no, the base game, the whole game, everything without DLC, without a bunch of bullshit added to it, was $59.99. And you got a complete game.
And you know the thing about it is I'll say it again because I said it earlier. This game, in 3 days, Dick slapped Final Fantasy Rebirth, which will probably get Game of the Year just because of name recognition.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see the gaming industry wanting to give this game.
They're not going to. They're not going to give it to it because they don't want to be, because they don't have to admit that they're wrong. You know?
But I want to get into that too in my review.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, Final Fantasy Rebirth is a great game.
It's a great game.
But I mean, you know, there's nothing against it.
Yeah.
But this game come out and has dick slapped every game that has come out. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, they did it to Elden Ring DLC. You know? I mean, no, that's not saying these games are bad. It's just saying that this game was so
fantastic games they're going against.
Yeah. And this game just came out there and went, I mean, it was like a heavyweight championship fight, man, and they won. I mean, what can you say? One thing that don't lie is numbers. And they don't.
Okay.
So Ed, I need to get some music like da 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 da. Ed's Corner review, la 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 la. Da. Okay, there you go. But you got to do this in like a Hulk Hogan. Well, let me tell you something, brother, about this.
I'm
review.
Not going to do that.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to do that. All right, so let's get to the official DMG Gaming Podcast Wukong review.
All right. You're trying to Grant. I can see the look on your face. You're trying to come up with a name as well.
Yeah, I kind of was. Okay, so right off the bat, so when you start this game, you're getting introduced. I don't want to go too much into it, but you're getting introduced with an awesome opening cinematic. Okay. You get introduced to the current, at that time period of the game, the Wukong, the Monkey King. Okay,
hold on, let me ask you
this. Go ahead.
I'm not going to interrupt you. I promise no more.
Oh, yeah. We know how you are, Grant.
No. Because what I want to know is, what was your review for this game before you played it? Like, just going off it. Like, what did you expect it to be? Like, what were you thinking it would have been?
I was just thinking it's going to be another Souls game, but maybe like just
like a 7 out of 10
combat, maybe
like a 7 out of 10, something like that.
I mean, I knew it was going to be good. I didn't give it a review score ahead of time. I just knew it was going to be probably a good Souls game, right?
Yeah,
just a good one. You know, just a faster paced Souls game, but I'm debating if you even can call this like a Souls-like game.
Okay. Well, I just want to do that. The reason why I was asking you this is because I wanted you to tell people what you had going into the game, and then
I thought it was going to be a good game, just a good, baseline good game.
Gotcha.
Just from going off trailers and what we have seen so far.
Gotcha. Because when you give your review at the end,
then I wish I could give my review, but you keep talking.
But when you give your review at the end, that was good. When you give your review at the end, you can see how it drastically changed your opinion, because you know what you did? You actually played the fucking game. Now,
yeah, I sure did. Okay, so can I get my review done?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, the beginning of the game, you get introduced as epic scene. I was on a roll there, Grant, and now you've messed me up. Okay, so you're playing the Monkey King, like full-powered Monkey King, and you're fighting these gods in heaven. All these gods are about to descend on your mountain. And the music, everything going together with this was great. And you're like in the clouds fighting this guy. And you see all these like huge giants, these other gods and stuff, and you fight this battle with this other guy. Anyway, you fight him and you kind of get beat, like something happens as you cross this threshold near your mountain, and you get slammed into a mountain by this guy. And basically the Monkey King has disappeared. Basically he's gone. And then it fast forwards, I guess, a few centuries, and you play this younger monkey-like character that goes on a adventure, as maybe being the chosen one, like other monkeys have before him. And you basically kind of find out he's trying to find out who he is, and you're gaining these powers as you play, like his journey, basically meeting all these way. I mean, these characters are unbelievable, dude. Like some of the characters they made up with, like their design, their dialogue, and stuff like that. So you play and you have basically chapters in a game trying to find these 5 relics. And the purpose is, you play the chapter, and at the end of the chapter, you find a relic that the Monkey King lost when he was defeated. And then you find between every chapter they play this awesome cutscene, like artsy with dialogue cutscene
I saw
explaining the
that.
story. Like the first one is about greed and stuff like that. And then you look about who you defeated going up to that point, that first chapter, and it kind of explains what you were doing, what you were going against, the backstory of some of these main bad guys and stuff like that. And there's one that was really funny. Like this guy had a dream about this fox, about turning this snow fox or Arctic fox turning into a woman. And he has this dream of her, like him marrying her, having kids. And then she goes crazy and kills all his children and everything.
She turned back into the wolf or the snow or the fox.
She basically would turn back. And then he woke up. And then he looked at the injured wolf next to him, and he straight up killed it and put a pelt around his neck.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of felt bad, dude. I was like, damn.
Dude, it was. I actually laughed. I know it's bad, but I laughed when I saw it. When they cut to that, I was like, oh my God. What just happened?
I was like, oh man, I can't believe he actually did that. That's sad. I felt bad for the damn fox.
But then you go in chapter 2, you go to this desert area. Like you go from jungle to desert to snow to like a woodland spooky place and stuff. But then the desert is cool. You get to hear this anthem from this guy, like playing the guitar.
I could tell you're trying to be spoiler free.
I don't know what it's called in China, like that guitar. I really am not sure what it's called. But the music's great. Like every single engagement in that game, the music just makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only downside of the game was in chapter 1, 2, 3. You were in the snow area. That was a cool, the snow area is great. And then, but when you get to this temple area, it kind of like, it's very open and it's, running from point A to point B. That was the only sluggish part of the game to me. It was sluggish right there. And I was like, oh, they need to add a little bit more stuff because you're traveling a long way for doing nothing. You know what I mean? Besides like fighting enemies if you choose to. But that was the only sluggish part of the game. But then you continue on. You meet all these other fantastic creatures and characters from the game or from the Journey to the West novel, which most of them are in there. But I would like to talk about one character, Zhu Baji. He's like your pig friend in the game, like your companion that you meet later after beating a bad guy who's a female, and you meet him. Okay, so there's a female. Like beginning of chapter 3. All right. Anyway, but the voice actor, I forget the guy's name that does Zhu Baji, the English voice actor, spot on job, dude. Like this dude did amazing voice dialogue. One of the better voice dialogues I've seen in a game in a while. The way he brought that character to life, because he's just a short, tiny little pig guy, like a warthog face and everything like that. But he's like funny and always grumpy and always talking shit to you and stuff like that through your journeys. So he did a fantastic job for that. But
it's the best you've ever heard.
One of the best.
I mean, better than Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Die, monster!
Oh, I don't know about that. That was a really good one.
What is a man?
Yeah. But so, without spoiling the rest of the game, the ending is fantastic. The ending is really good. And then all the other, every chapter, again, you have a animation scene, learning something, like learning about greed, about human emotions or stuff like that. Between every chapter, you have that. And the ending is just straight fire, dude. Ending is phenomenal. One of the best endings I've ever had in a video game. And accomplishment of getting through that game. Because some of those bosses, dude, they're rough. Like I can think of some really hard bosses in Elden Ring, and I can compare them to a lot of them in there. Yeah. If I was going to compare it to a Souls game, but see, it's not as punishing as a Souls game because you don't lose your levels or your like souls. You know what I mean? Like in
God,
you don't lose those. You keep your experience points and everything like that. Okay, so there's no punishment for dying. You just go back to your last save point or shrine, what they call them, and you just continue on. And any major enemies you've defeated or like big time enemies you defeated, they're gone. Besides just your random monsters that you have to re-kill. Way faster pace than a Souls game. So I can't set. So this is why I'm kind of going at why it's kind of you can call it a Souls game maybe and put it in that category, but it's not. It's not a Souls game because first off, it has a fantastic story. Like you can say Elden Ring does have a great story once you figure it out by reading the equipment, by piecing everything together and building a story. But this one gives you a story from start point A to the ending. It gives you a story throughout the entire game and explains things to you. So, being that said, this game destroyed all AAA gaming studios this year. It annihilated them. It made them look really stupid, honestly. An Eastern developer with one other game called Game Science. They have one other game that didn't do anything, really. Didn't make a lot of money or anything like that. I don't think it did. But no one knew about it. No one even knew who these guys were. But bam, they put out a game, and this game is my game of the year right now.
Okay.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
I was about to ask you. A 10 out of 10. Damn.
It is a 10 out of 10. No politics added, no ideology, no, we were getting the wokesters. No, this is a fantastic game. And anyone that reviews this game, you need to play the game, beat it, and then give your review. If you are going to review it.
Yeah.
And tell me if you give it a 3 out of 5 after beating it. With everything you experience.
Then have a good argument why.
Have a good argument. Very good. They need to have a very good argument, honestly.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think if this game would have came out earlier, it would get Game of the Year? You think it's too late, closer to the end of the year? You know what I mean? Like it's
not too late.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like Final Fantasy VII had like a huge, like a 4-month head start.
Final Fantasy VII also had a huge marketing campaign.
Yeah, that's true.
They had everybody just rooting for them. You know what I mean? Like every journalistic Wukong had issues at the beginning due to hit pieces and stuff like that. They had a lot of stuff they had to overcome. And the gaming community helped bring them over that.
Yeah.
Which is another great thing about this game. This is a very big gaming community push to ensure the success of this game. But the thing is, Game Science, they brought it themselves.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They brought it themselves by delivering this game at just a phenomenal quality, phenomenal game. And I played on my laptop at medium settings and never had an issue. I know some people are saying they have issues on Wukong. I've never had a crash or anything on Wukong. I don't have a top-of-the-line PC. I just have a laptop that has a decent graphics card.
I watched you stream some, and one of the things I mentioned to you, I'm a big music guy when it comes to like games.
The music was fantastic.
That's what I said to you. I was like, man, this music's like it is just beautiful. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I haven't played it, but just listening to it, man, it sounded phenomenal.
It was great. It was a great game, great storytelling, great combat, challenging bosses, rewarding ending. You know what I mean?
Do you know the bad thing about being this company though? In a sense, not necessarily. I mean, it's not too bad, but I guess it could be. Is when it's time to make a new game, the pressure is going to be heavy. You know what I mean? Like everybody's going to expect this. You know what I mean?
And what got me really pissed off, like when people were talking about the 2.4 million Steam concurrent peak users, you know what I mean, for the game. They're like, oh, well, most of that's Chinese.
So?
Okay, are they not players? Are they not gamers?
Are they not people? Are you being racist? Are they not real people?
Well, only 250,000 were United States, you know.
Well, guess what? That was 250,000 more than Concord.
Oh, is that not good?
I know.
I mean, take away the 2.5 or 2.4 million peak and just put 250,000. That's still crazy.
That's more than Dustborn and Concord combined.
Yeah. I mean, the Secret of the Visions of Mana demo got more players than Dustborn and
God,
Concord
man.
put together. What are you talking about? So anyway, yeah, that's my review. 10 out of 10. It is game of the year for me so far. All right. Still got Space Marines 2 coming.
Oh, that's what I'm about to ask you. What do you think could come out?
Two different types of games, though. But
Yeah,
still,
it is.
and when you wrap up everything together, I beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I played the Elden Ring DLC, and I played this game. I played many others. I haven't played Spider-Man 2. But everything put together, Wukong is the game of the year for me as of right now.
Let me ask you a question real quick. This is kind of off the beaten path because I was just thinking about this. So you're retired now, correct?
Correct.
So every day your morning consists of getting
official
up
retirement, like official is October 1st.
Yeah, but like, let's just say your average day consisted of you getting up at 4:35 in the morning or whatever.
Yeah,
working out if you had time or whatever, and then going to the office and doing military stuff. All right, you did that for 20 years.
Sure did.
So Monday you wake up, like, what's your day going to like? What?
Well, I'm still going to go to base, and I still got to do like some checkout stuff and all that stuff.
I got you.
Like work wise, I'm pretty much done.
So what about gaming wise? Like how much is your gaming about to turn up? Like, we going to a 10 here?
Buddy, you about to see some stuff.
We about to amp it up.
It's going to be turned up. You're about to see a lot more streaming. You want to see a beard?
Oh man!
See potato chip crumbs in my beard.
Boy, you go Dorito.
Drink a Red Bull.
You have like Dorito dust everywhere.
Yeah, buddy. It's about to get real.
I'm gonna say, hey, where's your family? Like, I think they went on vacation 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I haven't.
You be doing podcasts by yourself.
I know. I'm like, man, I don't know where he went.
Yeah. All right. No, but for real, fantastic game. Congrats to Game Science.
Good. Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. So let's continue on. Let's move on. Podcast. All right. So Reddit, 40 million member board of r/gaming is censoring Wukong Success on their message boards.
Why? Why is that? Tell us. Why is that?
Well, I couldn't imagine, that it's because they're just completely destroying any game that comes out this year, including all your DEI, your, I guess, ideological games that they're trying to push on that subreddit.
Yeah. And I guarantee it's not 40 million people who are pushing it off. I guarantee it's like a small.
Oh, of course it is.
It's probably like 20 people.
Admin.
Like, the 20 people of that group.
Yeah, but why censor? What's the point of censoring? That's the point of a message board to get opinions out. Right? Has Reddit just turned into a complete fucking trash bin?
It's kind of been that way for a while. I mean, you gotta kind of watch where you go.
I remember the early Reddit, dude. You remember the early Reddit? The early Reddit was like the rebel place.
Dude,
talk shit about stuff and not worried about being kicked off or anything like that. That was early Reddit. Now it's just like I don't know. It's just a fucking trash heap right now. Okay, let's move on. Netflix animated Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim is coming out here soonish. Grant, have you seen anything of it?
I did. I saw the trailer, and I think it looks fantastic. Peter Jackson involved. If it wasn't Peter Jackson involved, I would kind of have some doubts because he is he's not Tolkien, but when it comes to like the movie stuff, he is the guy that you go to for Lord of the Rings stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with him being on board with it and stuff like that, I think it's going to be fantastic. I saw the trailer. It looked very well done. Doesn't look like it's going to be. Well, I don't know. They only showed. They only showed what they wanted us to see.
It's the Targaryen saying.
Yeah. So they only showed us what they wanted us to see. But I have high hopes for this. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings guy.
Me too.
So we'll see. Also, I want to bring up something else after we get done talking about this, because I had an open mind about something, and then I saw something else. But we'll talk about that. But we'll finish Lord of the Rings right now. But no, it looks fantastic. I think it looks really good. The animation looks really good. And it's going to be in theaters, ain't it? Is it going to be in
I think so.
theaters?
It's a movie, or is it a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
right?
I think it's going to be in theaters. I don't think it's Netflix. I think it's in
It's not
theaters.
Netflix?
I think it's I think it's going to be in the movies.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't know much about it.
Well,
But,
I mean, it doesn't matter because I mean, Netflix. It'll probably be on. I mean, it's easy to confuse because Netflix gets all these adaptions anyway.
so you said Peter Jackson's involved in it?
Yeah, Peter Jackson, I think, wrote it.
I mean, it has to be good, right?
It has to be. I mean, here's the thing: is it has to be. But we said that. I mean,
You never know.
exactly. I mean, you can have all good.
The girl looked good in the animation.
Yeah, she didn't have. I didn't see any brick
Animation
jaw.
looked well done to me.
I didn't see any. Didn't see any large jaws. I didn't see any manly faces on them on the women.
It's just about the writers that were with Peter Jackson. Like, oh, sir, I think we should add this.
Yeah. Or they probably waited till like he left the room. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm going to
just
add
added
this while
stuff
he's not
in.
here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan too. I do hope this is really good. I do hope. All right. Did you say you had something after
I
this? Go
did.
ahead.
So I saw the more stuff from the Lara Croft anime thing or whatever, and I had we said okay, well they kind of made her look okay. I mean she doesn't
Pretty?
look terrible. Yeah, she looked all right,
Mhm.
and she's got a girlfriend.
What?
Yep, Lara Croft has a girlfriend.
Who?
Whoever's in the anime, they gave her a girlfriend.
Is that confirmed? She's a girlfriend,
That's what I saw.
or just a friend?
No, it's a girlfriend from what I understand.
No,
Dude.
no, they couldn't
Dude.
have done that.
Let's see. You freestyle. Let me see if I can find it.
All right. Well, I'll continue on with our stuff then.
All right.
All right. So let's talk. Well, The Crow crashes at the box office.
Imagine that.
Why do you remake something like that? I mean, first off, that's a punch to the face to Brandon Lee, who died.
Uh-huh.
So that's a big punch to his face. And it just didn't make any money. They spent a lot of money to make it, and it didn't make anywhere near its budget. So it's a failure. Rethink when you remake stuff. I don't understand why they do this stuff.
There was no reason to remake that movie.
There was no
at all.
reason to remake an already good movie. Okay, and Star Wars Outlaw coming in 6 days, August 30th. Is it going to be bad? Don't know. If it is bad, is it going to be protected by IGN and the others and all the other journalists? Are they going to protect the game? Are they going to pretend that it's good? Or what if it's really good? I don't know.
Hey, hold on. Breaking news. So I'm just filling in. It just says Tomb Raider voice actress Camilla London confirms Lara Croft is a lesbian. Ludenton. There we go. And there we have it.
Good job. You ruined Lara Croft, and the show is not going to be popular at all. It's going to fail. We'll go ahead and call it here on the DMG Gaming Podcast. It's not going to be good, and people are not going to want to watch that shit.
Yep, because it says
you're ruining the IP, an already developed character, and trying to fucking put your woke ideology into something that doesn't need it. Create a new character. Do a new.
Also, it says
archaeologists.
Here's another one. It says it's official. Lara Croft has now become a lesbian. Netflix can't help it, can they?
Jesus Christ! Can't believe
there it is,
dude. All right, well, that's it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send this to you so you can kind of pull it up and see it. That way you can kind of.
I mean, why? It makes zero sense. I'll pull it up later. I'm not going to pull it up.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. So another IP completely destroyed. Good thing.
Speaking of
IP, not making that live adaption anymore. I don't think they are anymore. They're not moving forward with it. Instead, they just ruined the animation version of it.
All right. Speaking of ruined IPs, August 30th is the day that Star Wars Outlaw.
Yeah, just said that.
Hits the streets.
Yep.
And I think you're right. I think this game is going to be very heavily protected. Like this game is going to be, no criticism will be allowed. Like they're going to run ops on this because they know if this game fails, Then Dragon Age is going to fail. Assassin's Creed is going to fail as well.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, no, you should.
Yeah,
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm not going to play it because I'm not a Star Wars person. Just not.
I want to get the real feel. I want to
Yeah, no,
get
that's
a
cool.
real opinion.
No,
about
that's cool
this.
because see, that's what a lot of people aren't going to do. They're just going to judge it by. The character does look like camel.
They're going to play the two side thing. You know, these people this, and then you have so many people that don't play the game on both sides that give their opinion based off other people.
That's the thing is
DMG Gaming Podcast will be playing it, and we'll give our real opinion.
I'm sure you'll be live streaming. I'm sure you'll live stream it.
Yeah, I will. I will live stream it. Okay, Grant.
Oh, yeah. So I do have some update. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 and started it up.
Oh yeah, how's
did.
that going?
It's going good.
What level are you?
I am 17. I only played it for like a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and I made a monk.
So you're still on the Realm Reborn scenarios?
Yeah.
Quests?
And I'm actually just kind of going through. I'm actually going to play it like a game. Like I'm not going to just like speed as high to get to level 80 as I can.
Don't do those basic quests.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
But story.
But I do want to do the dungeons because it's kind of like part of the. You know what I mean? Like
most of the dungeons are actually part of the story.
Yeah. I mean, or I can literally just do all the quests and get to level 80 as fast as I could because it's double XP. You know what I mean? Up to a certain point.
Yeah, but you cannot progress until you do the story.
Yeah, I know.
You know that, right?
But I'm saying like I want to do the other dungeons too, just because I've never done them. You know what I mean? Even if I don't have to.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the Dawn Trail is like if you level up, it's a separate thing. I don't know.
It could be. I don't know. I just know
that you
that
have to play like every expansion to access that content or not.
But like I want to do like all the Rubicante fight and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like I want to experience. I don't know. So I'm saying like I want to experience all the big fights.
Well, let me know if you need help, buddy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You got a lot of time now.
I got Final Fantasy 14.
This motherfucker gonna have so much time.
Download it.
This man's gonna have so much time on his hands. He gonna hit me up at midnight. Hey man, what you doing? I'm like, dude, I'm asleep. Fuck.
I gotta level up my Dark Knight.
Oh man. Well, shit, dude.
That's it.
Yep. I hear you got a party going on back there, so you gotta get back to the fiesta.
Yeah, I got family here, man. We gotta get back to it.
All right, man. Well, look, we're not gonna hold you up. We're gonna get out of here. We'll get this posted for the audio people soon. So, something cool I want to tell y'all. Your boy's finally getting big. We're getting big, guys. You better jump on the train now. You saw it. Tell him, Ed. Who sent us a follow?
The man himself.
Who sent us a follow?
John Cena.
John Cena. We got followed by John Cena.
Yeah, followed by John Cena. That's big time for us. Might as well just die.
That's it.
Goal achieved. Got John Cena.
All right, guys. This is the last episode. We did everything we wanted to do.
Yep. No.
Anyway, guys, go follow us on YouTube. We're still growing at a good pace. Go follow us on.
Check out our pinned tweet on X.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
The $100 giveaway for any game system, Steam, Nintendo, whatever shop you use, PlayStation, Xbox. We're giving away $100 Tuesday on our live podcast. We're going to announce the winner. Just follow the directions on the pinned tweet.
Please follow the directions. It's very simple. Some people didn't follow the directions yet, and I'm sorry, but if you're listening and you haven't followed the directions, go back and see if you follow the directions.
We'll announce the winner live on that podcast, and then after the podcast, we're going to immediately contact that person and find out what system they want, definitely, and then bam, they get $100, pretty much free money, just for retweeting, commenting, following, and liking.
Yep, that's it.
Takes 2 seconds.
All you got to do is exist, and you can join in. That's it. Just follow the rules. That's it.
Yep.
But anyway, guys, like the Twitter, like the tweet, like the YouTube, like the TikTok. We don't really have anything on Instagram, but you can like it anyway if you choose to.
Yeah, we really don't.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we got too many. There's too much social media out here. Why can't they just
Facebook? I mean, we don't do much.
We need to go back to the days of just MySpace, where it was just one, and that's all you had. That's all we need. That's it. Anyway, guys, we will see y'all Tuesday. Remember, like the tweet. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.
Peace.